Thank you, Mr Deputy Speaker. And can I begin by welcoming my honourable friend to the dispatch box? I always think there's nothing like a baptism of fire for a new minister. Portishead, in my constituency of North Somerset, is one of the best examples in the United Kingdom of the development of a brownfield site, taking an old power station and turning it into a world-class marina. It's an attractive and desirable place to stay, and the consequence of that is that large numbers of people have invested considerable sums to be able to live there. Now, we all welcome the response of ministers that it cannot be right that leaseholders have to worry about the cost of fixing safety defects in their building that they did not cause. We welcome over £1.5 billion that the government has put into this. But it cannot be right that all the burden for remediation falls on taxpayers. Where the problem arises from regulatory changes made after construction and assuming that the proper standards were met, then it's reasonable for public money to be used. But this in no way absolves the construction industry or NHBC of their responsibilities. For example, at 94 on the estuary in Portishead, a survey carried out to the external facade in July last year identified, and I quote, combustible materials which are not only non-compliant with current building regulations, but might not have been compliant with regulations in force at the time of construction. It would be outrageous if taxpayers' money were to be used in this circumstance. And those who built substandard dwellings need to be held to account for these underlying issues give rise to others. Insurance, reselling and property values, the availability of mortgages are just three. So I'd like to ask my honourable friend, what talks have the government had directly with the big banks, with the Council of Mortgage Lenders, with the Association of British Insurers and NHBC? And will he take account of the fact that there is some sharp practice going around, especially in relation to surveys? Extortionate amounts are being paid by tenants for these surveys in relation to EWS1. I have one in front of me which talks about incorrect height information, which talks about 24-hour monitored CCTV when there isn't any, timber decking to balconies when the balconies are composite decking, stacked balconies when they are open balconies. The list goes on and on. And in formulating the response to the consultation, which we look forward to hearing, can I just say to my honourable friend that this is not just about buildings. In fact, it's not about buildings, it's about people. It's about their hopes and their fears, it's about their savings, it's about their future. All the government's instincts on this issue have been right, and the amount of money put aside is generous. What we now require is not good intentions, but delivery.